Have you ever felt it? That quiet, nagging feeling that you're capable of so much more. That there's a version of yourself, a stronger, more creative, more powerful version just waiting to be unlocked. But you just can't find the key. It's a universal human experience. We see glimpses of this higher self in moments of intense focus, creativity, or courage. We feel its potential bubbling just beneath the surface. We crave it. We want to become it. But the path forward is always foggy, unclear, and littered with failed attempts. The 19th century philosopher Friedrich Nietzsche gave this ultimate potential a name: the Übermensch, often translated as the Overman or Superman. This wasn't a comic book hero. It was his vision for humanity's next step, an individual who has overcome themselves, who creates their own values, and dances on the tightrope of life with power and grace. It's a breathtaking idea, isn't it? The Übermensch is the ultimate goal of self-improvement, but then reality hits. How? How do you actually do that? Nietzsche gives us the destination, a shining city on a hill, but he offers a very cryptic map to get there. It feels inspiring, but also impossible. A beautiful idea without any practical instructions. We're told to overcome ourselves, but what does that even mean? It's frustratingly vague. For decades, this has been the central problem with Nietzsche's most powerful idea. It's a goal without a process. But what if the process was there all along, hidden in a completely different field of thought? Enter Carl Jung, a Swiss psychiatrist, a pioneer of depth psychology, and a man who was obsessed with the hidden landscapes of the human mind. He wasn't trying to create a philosophical ideal. He was trying to heal real people, to make them whole. And in doing so, he created the key that unlocks Nietzsche's Übermensch. Jung's key has a name, a simple yet terrifying name: the shadow. So what is the shadow? It's everything you are but pretend you're not. It's the psychic container where we shove all the parts of ourselves we deem unacceptable, shameful, or weak. Think about it: your greed, your anger, your laziness, your envy, your cowardice, your insecurities. All the messy, dark, primitive impulses that you hide from your friends, your family, and most importantly, from yourself. That is your shadow. And we all have one. We spend most of our lives running from it. We build a persona, a carefully constructed mask of the good person we want to be. We are nice. We are hardworking. We are generous. But the shadow is always there, lurking just behind the mask, growing stronger in the dark. And here is the earth-shattering connection that this video is all about. You cannot become the Übermensch by pretending your darkness doesn't exist. Nietzsche's self-overcoming isn't about destroying your lower self. It's about confronting it, wrestling with it, and integrating it. The path to the heavens of your potential leads directly through the hell of your own hidden nature. This is the secret psychological process for true personal growth. It's not about adding more good habits on top of a cracked foundation. It's about rebuilding the foundation itself. It's about turning to face the dragon you've been running from your entire life. Why don't we do this naturally? Because it's painful and it's terrifying. Our ego, the I we present to the world, wants to maintain control. It tells us, no, I'm not that. I'm not selfish. I'm not weak. Acknowledging the shadow feels like admitting defeat. It feels like we are, in fact, a bad person. But here's the paradox. The more you ignore the shadow, the more power it has over you. An unintegrated shadow doesn't just go away. It festers. It seeps out. It poisons your life in ways you don't even understand. It's the secret architect of your self-sabotage. Have you ever had a sudden, explosive outburst of anger that seemed to come from nowhere? That was your shadow. Have you ever found yourself procrastinating on something incredibly important for no good reason? That was your shadow. It's the force behind your worst, most self-destructive impulses. And it gets worse. One of the shadow's favorite tricks is called projection. This is when you see the flaws you hate in yourself, glaringly and infuriatingly in other people. That person at work you can't stand because they're so arrogant. There's probably a hint of unacknowledged arrogance in you. That friend whose laziness drives you insane. Maybe you're repressing your own deep need for rest or your own lazy tendencies. The shadow projects itself onto the world, turning other people into screens for our own disowned darkness. We end up fighting the world when the real battle is inside us. An individual ruled by an unacknowledged shadow is the polar opposite of the Übermensch. They aren't a creator of their own values. They are a slave to their own repressed impulses. They are reactive, not proactive. Fragile, not resilient. They are a puppet, and their shadow is pulling the strings. So the choice becomes brutally clear. Do you continue to let this hidden part of you run your life from the shadows? Or do you find the courage to turn on the light, to begin the difficult but essential process of what Jung called shadow integration? So how do we do it? How do we begin this journey? It's not a one-time event, it's a lifelong practice. And it starts with one deceptively simple, yet monumentally difficult step: radical honesty with yourself. You have to stop lying about who you are. The first practical step is to become an observer of your own emotional landscape. Pay attention to your triggers. When you feel a disproportionate emotional reaction, intense anger, envy, or judgment, stop and ask the question, what is this really about? What part of myself is this situation reflecting back at me? Don't judge the answer. Don't condemn yourself. Just observe. Wow, I feel intense rage when someone cuts me off in traffic. Perhaps I have a deep-seated frustration with feeling powerless. Just notice it. That's the start. You are bringing the unconscious into consciousness. The second step is to start a dialogue with it. This can be done through journaling, meditation, or even just quiet contemplation. Personify your shadow. Give it a voice. Ask it questions. Okay, laziness. What are you trying to protect me from? Anger. What is the injustice you feel so strongly? This might sound strange, but it's an incredibly powerful technique. You are treating this rejected part of you not as an enemy to be vanquished, but as a lost and wounded part of yourself that needs to be heard. You are showing it compassion for the first time. And what you'll discover is that your shadow isn't purely evil. It's just primitive. It's trying to protect you, but it's using clumsy, outdated strategies it learned in childhood. Your inner critic is just a twisted form of a desire to be safe and accepted. Your greed is a twisted form of a desire for security. This leads to the third and most transformative step: finding the gold in the darkness. Jung believed that the shadow contains not just our flaws, but also our greatest untapped strengths. It is a wellspring of vitality, creativity, and power, locked away in the dungeon of our psyche. Think of it this way. Buried within your rage is the fire of passion and the strength to set boundaries. Buried within your fear is wisdom and the prudence to assess risk. Buried within your sadness is empathy and a deep connection to the human condition. The repressed part of you that is selfish. It holds the key to healthy self-care and knowing your own needs. The part of you that is aggressive. It contains the raw energy of assertiveness, the power to go after what you want in life and to protect what you love. This is the alchemical process. You are not trying to eliminate the lead of your flaws. You are trying to transmute it into gold. The goal is not to get rid of your anger. The goal is to separate the raw, powerful energy of assertiveness from the destructive poison of rage. You bring that assertiveness into the light. You learn to use it consciously for your own benefit and the benefit of others. You integrate it. You are no longer controlled by blind rage. You are now in control of a powerful, focused energy. You have taken a weakness and forged it into a strength. This is the very essence of Nietzsche's self-overcoming. You overcome your limitations not by amputating the parts of you that you don't like, but by reassimilating them, by harnessing their raw power and putting it under the command of your conscious will. So what does this new, integrated person look like? Who is the person who has walked through the fire of their own shadow? They aren't a saint. They aren't perfect. In fact, they are much less perfect than the person wearing the pristine mask. They are whole. They have a depth and a gravitas that the purely good person lacks. They understand human nature because they have accepted their own. They have compassion for the flaws in others because they have forgiven the flaws in themselves. They are more authentic, more grounded, more real. This person is resilient. When life knocks them down, they don't shatter. Why? Because they have access to their full arsenal of psychological resources. They can be kind, but if the situation calls for it, they can access their integrated aggression to be fiercely protective. They can be generous, but they can also access their integrated selfishness to say no and protect their own energy. They are a creator of their own values, just as Nietzsche envisioned. Why? Because their values aren't just adopted from society or their parents. They are forged in the fires of intense self-examination. They have decided what is good and what is evil for themselves, based on a complete understanding of their own nature. This is the true Übermensch, not a being of pure light, but a being who has integrated their darkness. A person who has stopped the civil war inside their own soul and has instead united all the warring factions under a single, conscious command. They have achieved psychological integration. The person who denies their shadow builds their life on a fault line. They are brittle, anxious, and always one crisis away from a complete collapse. But the person who integrates their shadow builds their life on solid bedrock. They are flexible, powerful, and deeply rooted. The ultimate goal of life, according to both Nietzsche and Jung, is not happiness or comfort. It is to become the fullest expression of yourself, to become who you truly are. And that requires embracing every single piece of you. The good, the bad, and the ugly. This journey is not easy. It will ask you to confront things you have spent a lifetime avoiding. It will be uncomfortable. It will challenge your very identity. But the alternative is to live a half-life, a fragmented existence, always at the mercy of forces within you that you refuse to understand. The choice is yours. You can keep running, pretending the shadow isn't there, and wonder why you keep sabotaging your own success. Or you can turn around, face the darkness, and begin the sacred work of becoming whole, of becoming who you were always meant to be. So the next time you feel that pull, that quiet, nagging feeling that you're capable of so much more, remember the key. Remember that the first step to becoming a higher version of yourself isn't up toward the light. It's down and into the dark,